What is up, guys? Juan Snow, DWA 926, Dennis, here for Under the Bun. First of all, before I get into my top 10 games of all time, I would just like to say thank you. We started this channel a couple of years ago, just for shits and giggles, just for something to do. And it's grown into something that we never thought would happen, honestly. The fact that we've hit 1,000 subscribers just honestly blows my mind. So thank you to all of you guys for tuning in all the time, checking out our new videos, subscribing, sharing videos on social media, sharing videos with your friends. Just thank you for everything that you guys have done to us over the past couple of years, because obviously without you guys, we wouldn't be where we are today. So seriously, from the bottom of our hearts, thank you so much for subscribing and taking the time to be part of the Bun family. It really means a lot to us. Enough of the sappy shit, though. Let's get into my top 10 games. My top 10 games is going to be a combination of actual solo games and then also like series games. So like a series as a whole would be in my top 10. So to get things started off here at number 10, it's going to be Overwatch. Overwatch is probably my favorite multiplayer game to play. At least it used to be. I haven't played it in a year or so, and I've heard that they've changed a lot and stuff's kind of really starting to go downhill as far as like classes and having to wait in super long queues if you want to be a certain type of class and stuff like that, which I personally think is stupid. I don't think the game was broken in the first place. But I really love Overwatch. Overwatch has a character that is very near and dear to my heart, and that's Reaper. Reaper is probably one of, if not my favorite character in gaming. He's right up there with Dom from Gears of War. Reaper's just such a badass, and he's my main character. I don't want to toot my own horn, but I like to think I'm pretty goddamn good with him. Just kicking ass and taking names every day. If I play Reaper, I almost guarantee I'm gonna play the game, because I'm gonna kick some ass with him. But I'm excited to see what they do with Overwatch 2 here. I'm not really sure why they need a whole second game, to be honest. Seems like kind of just a way to make money. They could just keep doing expansions for Overwatch 1, but who knows? Maybe they're gonna do something completely different and blow me out of the water. But yeah, Overwatch is number 10. Coming in at number 9 is Payday 2. Payday 2 is a game that means a lot to me. My whole group of friends actually has cosplayed as Payday before. I was Dallas because that is my main character in the game as well. Yeah, Payday is just one of those games that I honestly don't even remember how I saw it. I want to say I saw somebody else playing it on YouTube, and I was just like, wow, this is a cool ass game. I'd never heard of it, never seen any videos of it, just this one video, and I went out on a limb and I bought it and I played it for a little bit, and I was like, holy shit, this is crazy cool. Aaron, you gotta get this. So Aaron got it. Next thing you know, his brother got it, all of our friends got it, and next thing you know, we have like 900 hours logged into this game, and we're playing, just demolishing every level we play on, just kicking ass and taking names at this game as well. yeah, just one of those games where that was our main friends. If we were to play games together, that would be the game that we're playing. We're gonna log in at 9 o'clock and we're gonna play some Payday till 2, 3 in the morning, and then go to work the next day. Coming in at number 8 is kind of hard to describe how I feel about this game. It's one of my favorite games, obviously, because it's on my list. I enjoyed the first one a lot. Enjoyed the second one as well. And it's just a really cool game overall, and that's obviously Dishonored, as you can tell from what it said when I said number 8. I enjoy just the endless amount of possibilities that you can do with this game. You want to go in loud and guns blazing, go in loud and guns blazing. You want to go in super quiet and only use the knife, do it. You want to go in and use only your powers and make people end up killing each other instead of you having to kill everybody, go for it. The amount of possibilities with this game honestly never cease to amaze me. I've seen some crazy stuff on YouTube of people doing crazy ass shit in this game, and I personally have done some crazy stuff in this game as well, and it's just a very fun experience. And they turned it up to 11 in the second one, and you got to play as Emily from the first one, which I personally thought was awesome. Yeah, and I even liked that third kind of like side game that they put out. I forget what it's called though, but I've played that. I'm about halfway through that one, and I have enjoyed that one a lot. It's not as good as the first two, obviously, but it's a very solid game as well.
A man has a choice.
All right, guys, coming in at number 7. Number 7 is a little game you might not know about. Very small indie game. I'd be surprised if you guys have heard of it. It goes by the name of BioShock. I'll give you a second if you want to look it up real quick so you can see it. See the trailer or something. But yeah, it's BioShock. Did you look it up? Alright. Now that you know what I'm talking about, this game's on my list for a variety of reasons. 1, BioShock 1. Amazing game. BioShock 2, not as good as the first one, of course, but the ability to play the whole game as a Big Daddy is amazing. Reason number 3, BioShock Infinite, amazing game as well. It's not under the ocean, yeah, but being up in the sky gajillions of miles away is also badass. The story of BioShock Infinite, a little strange, I'll give you that, but the game as a whole is amazing. Elizabeth is the best AI partner I've had in a game. Don't even talk about Ellie, that trash bitch. It's all about Elizabeth. Best AI companion you can have in a game, hands down. But BioShock, honestly, that game had probably the biggest twist of all games that I've played, and that was one game where I played it and I was just like, holy shit. And I don't remember how old I was when I played it, maybe in junior high-ish or something, but I just remember them telling you the big twist at the end and me just being like, what the fuck. Great game, great graphics, still holds up to this day as an amazing game. I find myself coming back to playing it every once in a while. Still fun as shit to play. So honestly, if you somehow have managed to never hear of this little indie game and still haven't played it, would you kindly go out and play it? Because honestly, it's a great game and you're missing out. Alright guys, coming in at number 6, almost halfway through the list already. Number 6 is Walking Dead Tall Tale. And I'll be honest, when the game came out, I wasn't sure it would be something that would interest me. Being that it's a point-and-click style game. But But at that point, I loved anything Walking Dead. Now, Walking Dead is absolute trash. But at that point, anything Walking Dead, Dennis was on board for it. And I liked that the graphics were comic book style graphics. I liked that it had nothing to do with Rick Grimes or anything. Yeah, I liked that it was just its own standalone thing, but still in the Walking Dead world. You never hear anything about anybody from The Walking Dead. But it's cool to see that they made up a whole new thing in the same universe. And this game broke me. I sobbed like a little baby at the end. Honestly, it's making me sad just thinking about it, honestly. But if you haven't played, this is another one. If you haven't played it, go play it. I'm not going to spoil anything for you because it's one of those things that you just have to experience for yourself. But I did find myself enjoying the game, obviously. It's one of my favorite games of all time. I thought I might not enjoy the point-and-click style game, but the story that goes with it is just so compelling and everything like that I honestly didn't even care that it was point-and-click. It was just such an addicting game, and I liked that they did it in little episodes and left you wanting more at the end of each episode, and you'd have to wait. Like at the time when I had bought it, it was still, each episode was coming out as a different DLC, so I'd beat it, and then I'd have to sit there and wait a couple weeks for the next part to come out. And it was stressful, and I found myself replaying each episode a few times because of the different possible choices you could make in each episode, and obviously everybody has a different stories along the way, but they all end kind of around the same. So it's a very, very cool experience. So I definitely suggest it if you have not played it somehow. All right, here we are. Top 5 games. Coming in at number 5. It's a little game, little hidden gem. Not hidden, but a little gem that honestly deserves to be remastered, for one. 100% deserves to be remastered. Number 2, deserves a lot more credit than it got. And number 3, honestly, just needs to be talked about more because it was one of the funnest games I've ever played in my life as a kid. One of the coolest ideas for games. And it was just a blast to play. Even now, I sometimes play it every once in a while. And it's still fun as fuck. And that game is Simpsons Hit and Run. If you somehow have managed never to hear about it, essentially what it is Grand Theft Auto, but in the Simpsons world. So you play Homer, you play Marge, Lisa, Bart, you name it, you can play them in the game. It's fun as fuck. Literally one of the coolest games I've ever played in my life. Such a cool idea behind it. Just run around, do whatever the hell you want. Anything you want, you can do it. And you steal a car, do it. You want to beat the shit out of somebody, do it. It's fun. It's entertaining. It's a cool take on Grand Theft Auto. Obviously, it has nothing to do with Grand Theft Auto. It's not made by Rockstar or anything. But it's just a cool thing that they did. And they honestly should have made a second one. And it deserves to be remastered. Because if that thing gets remastered, I 10,000% will buy it again. Because it was fun as fuck. Coming in at number 4. Oh, that's right, biatch. Halo series. More specifically Halo 2, but series as a whole, we're not going to count the new thing that came out. We're not going to talk about that because Halo Guardians is not a Halo game. But we'll talk about Halo 1, 2, 3, Reach, ODST even, and 4, because I enjoyed 4, but that other one, that didn't happen. And of course the Master Chief Collection. Honestly, if you've never heard of Halo, you either were born within the last month, you are an idiot, or you've been living life as a pilgrim, because everyone and their sister knows about Halo. Even these little 4-year-old kids out there know about Halo from fucking Fortnite. And they go, oh look, it's the Fortnite guy. Nah, bitch, that's Master fucking Chief. Master Chief could kill all your little Fortnite bitches and not even have to lift a goddamn finger. So I don't want to hear about, ooh, he's from Fortnite. He's from Fortnite. No. Motherfucker. He's from Halo.
Just one question.
Fortnite wishes it had somebody as cool as Master motherfucking Chief. Alright? Master motherfucking Chief. He's not just Master Chief. No. He's Master motherfucking Chief. And the badass Arbiter and Cortana, I honestly, there's nothing to say about it. You know why Halo 2 is an amazing game. You know why Halo as a whole is an entire game. It literally changed gaming forever. Just Halo 1 by itself changed gaming forever when it was released for the original Xbox. And that's a fact. That's 100% fact. You can't dispute it at all. Gaming as a whole changed forever the second Halo was released. Online multiplayer gaming became what it is today because of Halo, because of linking people's TVs, because of sitting there and playing couch co-op with each other, because of playing split screen together, because of challenging your friends online and teabagging them in front of their whole family. That is why online multiplayer games is where it is today, and that's a fact. Coming in at number 3. Good Gears of War, the series. Specifically, I'm a fan of Gears 1, 2, and 3. I did play Judgment. It was okay. I did play Gears 4. I enjoyed it. Gears 5. But it was okay. It was okay. Open world part, not such a fan. But game as a whole, it was okay. Now, Gears of War 3 and 2 and 1 are some of the most solid games I've ever played in my life. The overarching story of all 3 of them is amazing. The way that it makes me feel about characters changed how I look at video games. The way that I think Dominic Santiago is the greatest character of all time, and he still is. There's nothing to argue there. He's the best character of all time. He's the best friend you could ever ask for. Marcus has an amazing friend in Dom Santiago, and he's lucky to have him. Gears of War 2 made me feel, man. Made me feel. You know what I'm talking about. About 3/4 of the game. 3/4 of the way through the game. Very sad moment. I cried. I'll be honest. I cried. Very sad. Gears of War 3. Again, 3/4 of the way or so through the game. Very sad moment. The end of the game. Very sad moment. They're very depressing games, but I feel like even though it's not a real war, obviously, it's fictional and everything, it shows the dark side of war. It shows what people really go through during war, not just Call of Duty and bam, 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 blowing shit up and everything. It shows the good, the bad, and the dark side of war. And that's what I like about it. The characters are badass. Everybody's a fucking giant fucking linebacker. But game's badass. Nothing makes anybody happier than just running up and chainsawing a guy in the ass, chainsawing a guy in half. That's the coolest shit ever. Who thought of that? Who thought I'm going to take a giant machine gun and stick a giant chainsaw on it? That's badass. And it's always going to be badass. Number 2. This is a game y'all probably thought wouldn't be on my list. Dennis only plays new games. Dennis only plays first-person shooters. Dennis only fucks shit up. Dennis only plays new stuff. That's not true. Aaron's the one that has to play the old stuff. Aaron has to play the platformers. No. I can play platformers if I want to. I can play retro games if I want to. And guess what? I do all the time. Y'all just don't see it. Y'all just don't see it. But Donkey Kong Country. This game is on my list for one reason and one reason only. Two reasons. A, it's an amazing game. One of the best games of all time, obviously, because it's on my list. Number 2, this is the main reason I got into playing video games. I went to my cousin's house one day. He didn't just get. He had a Super Nintendo. He pops in Donkey Kong Country. Motherfucker, I was hooked. I thought this was the coolest thing ever. Running around as a big-ass gorilla. Running around as tiny little Diddy Kong. Fucking up those crocodiles. Slamming on those armadillos. Making them wish they never dilloed in their life. You know what I mean? The fun-ass game. Still holds up to this day. Graphics, obviously, they don't hold up. It's still an amazing game. Well, they still hold up. You know what I mean. They look great. The game's great. The story's great. Is there much of a story? Kinda, sorta, a little bit. Is the water level fucking horrible and annoying? Yeah. Is it still a great game though at the end of the day? You bet your sweet ass it is. Donkey Kong Country is an amazing game. You don't believe me? Go play it. You want something more new, more recent? Not, I don't want these old ass graphics. Go play Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. That game's hard as fuck. Hard as fuck. But you know what else it does? It goes hard as fuck. That game is fucking amazing. Go play it. Don't be stupid. Don't be sitting here playing your little Fortnite, playing your little Call of Duty. Go play some old stuff for once in your life. Go play some old shit. Because 90% of the time, it's better than the stuff that we have now. And that's a fact. Old games from Super Nintendo and even fucking N64, a lot of the time, they're more fun than the shit we have now. GoldenEye? Are you fucking kidding me? That game's amazing. Alright, this is it. Number 1, for all the marbles. Don't act like you don't know what my number 1 was going to be. Don't act like that. Because you know it's going to be Fallout 3. Nothing's better than Fallout 3. I don't care what your favorite game is. Because if it's not Fallout 3, obviously you don't know anything about video games. Because if your favorite game of all time isn't Fallout 3, then I'm sorry, but you're wrong. And that's a fact. I'm sorry, but you're wrong. Fallout 3 is the greatest game of all time. Have I played anything that comes even close to it since then? No. Best game of all time. I remember I was a little lad, I think maybe 7th or 8th grade, tiny little child, and I was watching X-Play on G4. You remember that channel? X-Play on G4. Greatest show ever. I wish they'd bring it back. Apparently they are bringing it back. The show was badass. Turn it on, watching it, and they're like, ooh, here's some upcoming games that are coming out in the next few months that we have our eyes on. And they show Fallout 3. I remember they showed somebody using the railgun, and they shot a feral ghoul in the head, and it pinned his head to the wall. And 7th grade Dennis was like, sweet mother of God, what is this game? How do I get it? And how am I going to convince my mom to let me play this? Because it was rated M. And I was just a child. But I talked my mom into it. I don't remember what I said. But I talked her into it. And that was it. She never saw me again. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours I poured into this game. I've beaten it 8 times. 8 times I've played it. Once only plasma weapons, once only melee weapons, once only guns, once with everything, one good, one bad, one neutral, one being fucking Jesus, only being the nicest person of all time, just being Jesus, giving everybody my money, giving everybody my food, giving everybody my stim packs and my ammo. Here, I don't need anything, I'll just fucking stress out for the rest of my game because I only have one stim pack left. and this little child asked for one because his mom is dying. Sure, here you go, kid. I'll figure out my life. I can't buy any more because I have no more money because I gave it to that fucking beggar back there. But you know what I mean. The things you can do in this game blow my mind. The things that I still find to this day that you can do in that game blow my mind. The missions, every single one is badass. All the DLC, badass. Operation Anchorage was one of the coolest DLCs I've ever done. It was fucking cool. And even Fallout 4. Yeah. Was it as good as Fallout 3? No. Nuka World, though? Come on. That was badass. Nuka World was fucking awesome. Fallout 1 and 2. I've played them. Are they the same as Fallout 3 and 4? No. Granted, yes. 1 and 2 are the ones that started the whole thing. And I get where people got mad that from 2 and 3 it took a completely different approach to the game. But I enjoy Fallout 3 and 4. Those are what I started with, and those are what I'm sticking with because they're fucking awesome. If you don't think Fallout 3 is fucking awesome, you're on crack. New Vegas.
Bring my daughter home.
Please. New Vegas is fucking awesome.
We've paid our dues.
That Fallout, New Vegas,
This is our fight.
NCR Ranger armor. Are you serious?
Yours.
That's the coolest armor I've seen in any game. Of course, next to the Brotherhood of Steel armor, because nothing is as cool as Brotherhood of Steel armor. I would literally kill somebody for my own real life Brotherhood of Steel armor. You know what I mean, though. Great games. Fallout 3 and 4. Obviously, I'm only focusing on 3 because that's my main favorite game of all time. Best game ever made. Best game still that I've ever played, obviously. God only knows if something will come close, but I honestly doubt it. Go play it if you haven't. For whatever reason, if you haven't. I literally just started it again maybe 2 weeks ago. I started playing Fallout 3 again. And it still is amazing. And it still holds up. And I still love it. Bethesda, I'm counting on you, man. I got 2 of your games on this list. You guys can do it. Make a Fallout 5. Make it as good as Fallout 3. Don't make the mistakes that you made with Fallout 4. Voice acting? Don't have a voice actor, honestly. He doesn't need to be voiced. I don't care if somebody says my name and I get to hear my name uttered by a fucking butler in the Fallout universe. That's cool, yeah. He says, "Oh, Mr. Dennis." It's cool. I'll give you that. Fallout 3 is still better. Go play it. Go play all these games, honestly. It's 10 games. $600 if they were all priced at $60 still, which I doubt. The only one that might be $60 still is maybe Overwatch. Maybe. But I don't even think that was $60 when they came out. You could probably get all 10 of these games for under $300, I bet. Go get them. Go play all of them. And then guess what? A couple years from now, when someone says to you, "Oh, what's your favorite game of all time?" You're going to go, Fallout 3. Fallout 3. There you got it. My 10 games of all time. Thank you guys so much for getting us to 1,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much for always continuing to support the channel and supporting everything that me and Aaron do. I appreciate all that you guys have done for us. I appreciate you always liking and commenting and subscribing and everything on our channel. Obviously, we wouldn't be here without you guys. We wouldn't be where we are today without you guys. And took a while to get to 1,000, yeah, but hopefully, who knows? Maybe by the end of this year we'll have another 1,000. Yeah, maybe by the end of this year, we'll have 2,000 or 10,000. Maybe by the end of next year we'll have 1 million subscribers. Who knows? But you know what everybody does know? Fallout 3 is the best game of all time.